Now let's look at mainstream politics now in your own state. The race towards 2019 is bringing in some ambience with some interesting colorations and sentiments now. There are insinuations that you are likely to endorse your own in-law for 2019 governorship race. How
So
true is that?
let me ask you a question. What offense? The question is asking, assuming my in-law or my son or my daughter or my wife wants to run for election in Nigeria because it's my in-law or my son, my daughter has committed an offense. If he has a better future in politics, he can engage in it. How might you pick out?
But how does
Now,
that
excuse me.
capture
Let me put you right. Let me put you right first.
the wider people's interests?
Let me put you right first. Excuse me. Let me put you right. I believe that let he that has something upstairs govern, lead, irrespective of where he comes from, what religion he belongs. Unquote, Rochas Okorocha.
But
So
how
we're
do you
looking for
separate
leadership.
that from your own personal interest? That's what people are
What
worried
kind of
about.
interest now? What personal interest do I have? My personal interest is the people's interest. My personal interest is to make Imo look better and move forward. That's my personal interest. In this state, for instance, in the time past, we have lived in the myopic illusion of people must, after Okigwe, as if you're sharing national cake, after Okigwe, after Olo, whatever. And that's how we kept deceiving ourselves, and there was no development here. Olu man handled it before I came in. But today I've done much, much more than all the governors put together since the creation of Imo State have done. And I stand to be challenged and quoted by any opposition or anybody in this country.
Okay,
Excuse me, but listen.
just for the purpose
Now,
of just for the purpose of
if
letting your
that never
people
happened,
know.
if that never happened, and you brought the sentiment of somebody, Imo would have been in darkness till now.
Now, just to let your people know, would you, if your own in-law decides to take a shot at the government house come 2019, would you be throwing your support?
He has not informed me. If he informed me and I look at other candidates and he comes better, I'll support him. I want the best for the state and not sentiments. That is one. But that's not to say there are other people. So if there are people who are coming forward and who want to run for that, I have good candidates. I have good candidates who can run for this election. We're weighing the options. I have good candidates. I also have my deputy governor who has been with me from chief of staff, even in my group of companies, who became deputy governor with me. That was also my family member. I have my
people are interested about your political future now come 2019. Would you be taking a shot at the presidency come 2019?
Me? I've told you severally. I ran for president the first time, second time, third time. Let me put it clear that you may know. I want to be the president of this country. Because I believe I have something in this my head that can fix this Nigeria in such a short time. But there's one man I saw and I salute, President Muhammad Buhari. That's only one man I've said, if he's running, I see my shot, my political sword, and I will not run.
But you were recently quoted. You were recently quoted as saying that there will be no automatic ticket
of course.
for President Muhammadu Buhari.
It will be wrong for Buhari to seek for automatic ticket. He cannot seek for it. He has to democratically done. There will be other candidates. You must give them a voice.
Are you ruling out the possibility of consensus candidates within the party?
It shouldn't take place.
But consensus is part of democracy.
No, but it shouldn't take place. If it's consensus, agreed by who? If all of us agree, then it's no longer, it's democratically done. It's no longer consensus. But the point I'm making is, you must give everybody who wants to run a fair chance. But if other candidates are coming up to run for president, I'll vote for President Muhammad Buhari. That's my stand. I won't hide it.
You've been in PDP. You were also once in ABGA, now in APC. There are some political calculations that you might also be leaving the APC sooner or later.
What does that mean?
Yeah, because of your penchant for changing parties.
Can I tell you? No, that's a very wrong stigma. Excuse me. You must not understand the story behind every of the actions I've taken. Political party is only a vehicle. It's only a vehicle. Political party does not does not guarantee food on the table of the common man. I wish there is independent candidate in this country. And that I hope.
So what happens to political ideology?
I have no plans
what happens to political ideology?
That's what I'm telling you. I have no plans to leave APC at all. So before you get it wrong, I'm not leaving APC. I found the father of the APC. But I also want to tell you that party is just a name. And if you're talking about party's manifesto, let me tell you, it's all copy and paste.
Okay.
There's no actually distinct policies or programs among the political parties in Nigeria.
Now let's look at Southeast integration. Now, what's your relationship with your Southeast counterparts?
Fantastic. My brothers, I love them. Just as we must agree that we must come to a point where we disagree on party line. They are PDP, I'm the only APC here, and I have to defend my party. So a time when they try to defend their party, try to defend my party, there'll be a bit of squabble, and we have to do it. That doesn't mean that when it comes to the issue of national development, we're not together. Because we must differentiate when we play politics and when we're building a nation or the zone. But like my colleagues have informed them, that they should listen, I have a party to defend, and I'm not happy that APC is only in Imo State. I want to capture the rest of the Southeast State. So I'm going to struggle for it. And they will resist me. Then that's where we're going to have this disagreement. But for now, we're fine. But when it comes to the table of deciding which political party wins, I'm going to defend my party.
Now, before we wind down this conversation now, you've been having running challenge over sustaining the security architecture in your states. Now, what are you doing to ensure that Imo State becomes a zero crime and insecurity zone?
You're completely wrong. Very wrong. If anything, Imo State has the best security network, one of the best in this country.
But you haven't been able to deal with the dreaded forest.
Crime rate in Imo State has reduced to its barest minimum. I thought the question you should have asked, how were we able to do it? How am I able to put this security thing in check? And we're now having a wonderful, safe state, unlike where it used to be in the past.
So what happens to the dreaded forest in Imo State? You've
all forests that are not utilized over communal crisis or disagreements have been taken over by government. I will turn them into farmlands.
I'm talking of Igwe Bikwe forest.
So it was Igwe Bikwe forest? Igwe Bikwe forest, not only Igwe Bikwe forest, there have been so many forests that whenever they are not utilized, criminals, hoodlums go there as a hideout. Now we have made a policy that any place that is not developed will be taken over by government. And we are getting them into our land bank, agricultural land banks to use. But let me tell you, Imo State is safe, very, very safe.
Just on a parting shot now, 2019 is around the corner, and what will be your biggest legacy you'll be handing over to the people of Imo State?
Let me say I won't talk about the free education again, up to university level. I won't talk about the urban renewal, the hospitals, the schools, the over 1,000 kilometers of roads being done, the International Cargo Airport, and the Ikembojuku Center, and all these huge projects that we have done. New government house, Mbari, and there are two. Let me tell you, my brother, before I just end and give you one word. If I have to commission the project I've built within these 5 years every day, it will take me more than 5 years to commission. I've built over 2,000 commissionable projects. But my problem is that I hate commissioning. Because what are you commissioning? Spending 10 million, 5 million to invite people again, 20 million which you can use to fix something somewhere, to invite people to commission just because you want the public to know. For me, I think that as a waste of resources. So I've done so much project. But remember, more project than you can imagine any of these my opposition party governors have done for the past 16 years or since creation of the state. And I still remain to be challenged. I want you to come back, bring somebody and ask that question. Then you can challenge me. But one thing I will leave as legacy, that people can now trust government. If I say to you, I'll do this, they believe me. If I say to them now, I'll build this mountain, they'll believe me. If I say I'll bring down this mountain, they believe me. I've earned the trust of the people. So they don't take my word for granted. Unlike past, when you speak, they say, after all, it's political talk. Rochas doesn't have a political talk. They take me very seriously.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, Governor Okorocha, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's it on this edition of Question Time from Channels Television. Without prejudice to the serial erection of statues in Imo State, how would you score Governor Okorocha's performance in developing Imo State? Send us your comments on our social media platforms. Join us next week for a fresh episode of the show. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashuru. Bye for now.